You've heard I'll Be Back, the haunting finale to A Hard Day's Night. But did you know it broke more songwriting rules than almost any other Beatles track of 1964? Today, we're diving deep into the studio secrets, songwriting quirks, and forgotten facts behind this understated masterpiece. Get ready for 15 hard, lesser-known Beatles trivia questions, and see if you can score 15 out of 15. Comment your score below, and let's find out who the real Beatles experts are.
If you break my heart, I'll go.
Question 1. Where did John Lennon write most of I'll Be Back? A. In Liverpool. B. At his Weybridge home. C. On vacation in Tahiti. D. During the A Hard Day's Night tour. Answer. John wrote it while relaxing in Tahiti with Cynthia, George, and Pattie Boyd in May 1964. Question 2. Which song inspired John's chord progression for I'll Be Back? A. Kathy's Clown. B. Runaway by Shannon. C. Be My Baby. D. Please Mr. Postman. The answer is B. Lennon borrowed and reinterpreted Shannon's chord progression from Runaway. Question 3. Why do some Beatles historians believe Lennon wrote I'll Be Back as a thank you to Shannon? A. Shannon gave him a guitar. B. Shannon helped Lennon meet Dylan. C. Shannon's US cover of From Me to You broke the Beatles in America. D. They toured together in '62. Answer. C. Shannon's version of From Me to You was the first Lennon-McCartney song to chart in the US. Question 4. Which time signature experiment almost derailed the session? A. 5-4. B. 6-8. C. 7-8. D. 3-4. Fact. John tried 6/8 with electric guitars, but it proved too hard to sing, as he admits on Anthology 1. Question 5. Which Beatle suggested switching the song back to 4/4 time? A. Paul McCartney. B. Ringo Starr. C. George Harrison. D. George Martin. Answer. A. Paul felt 4/4 better suited the emotion and phrasing of Lennon's lyrics. Question 6. What kind of guitar did John use for the final acoustic overdub? A. Gibson J160E. B. Ramirez A1 Classical. C. Framus 12-string. D. Martin D28. Answer. B. Fact. Lennon played a 1964 Ramirez Segovia classical guitar to give the track its warm tone. Question 7. How many takes did it take to record the final version? A. 6. B. 10. C. 16. D. 20. Answer. C. Fact. Take 16 became the keeper, complete with double-tracked vocals and new acoustic overdubs. Question 8. Which musical quirk makes I'll Be Back harmonically unique? A. It never resolves to the tonic. B. It alternates between a major and a minor. C. It modulates every verse. D. It has no dominant chord. Fact. The song constantly shifts between A major and A minor, perfectly mirroring its emotional tension. Question 9. Why did George Martin describe Lennon's songwriting in this period as different timing things? A. Lennon ignored bar lengths check mark. B. Lennon wrote in polyrhythm. C. Lennon used odd meters intentionally. D. Lennon borrowed jazz phrasing. Answer. A. Lennon added or dropped beats purely by instinct. He just did it naturally, as Harrison said. Question 10. Why did the Beatles never perform I'll Be Back live or on BBC Radio? A. It was too slow for audiences. B. It was written too late. C. John refused to sing it. D. It needed orchestration. Fact. They loved it as a recording, but felt audiences preferred louder songs in concerts. Question 11. What was I'll Be Back originally considered to close on the UK album A Hard Day's Night? A. Things We Said Today, B. Long Tall Sally, C. If I Fell, D. Anytime at All. Fact, Long Tall Sally was nearly the closer, but its earlier EP release forced a change. Question 12. What made the US mono and UK mono mixes subtly different? A. Tape splicing, B. Added piano, C. US had reverb and ran slightly slower checkmark, D. UK version used alternate vocals. Fact, Capitol added echo and slowed it slightly. The UK kept it dry and faster. Question 13. Which format first reintroduced the song to US fans in the 1970s? A. Reel-to-reel tape, B. Play tape cartridge checkmark, C. 8-track, D. Laserdisc sampler. Fact, I'll Be Back appeared on both 4-song play tape editions of Beatles 65, now collector's items. Question 14. When John said, "The middle is a bit tatty," what was he referring to? A. The lyrics, B. The irregular bridge check mark, C. George's guitar part, D. The vocal double tracking. Fact, the second bridge chopped off 2 beats. Lennon's unintentional quirk made it asymmetrical. Question 15. Why is I'll Be Back considered a milestone in Beatles album endings? A. It was their first fade out, B. It replaced a cover song finale, C. It introduced orchestration, D. It was written entirely in minor key. Fact, it broke their tradition of ending albums with rockers, showing their emotional and musical maturity. So, how many of those 15 tough ones did you get right? Did you know about the Tahiti origins, the Shannon connection, or that it nearly ended in 6/8 time? Drop your score in the comments and tell us which facts surprised you most. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this quiz with your fellow Beatles fans. And we'll be back with another one soon.